What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Jacob here today. Jacob's Life, whatever you want to call me. And today we are talking about the Timothy Chalamet controversy. I might be a little late, I understand that, but who knows? Who really cares? So let's get into it. He was on record, on a recording, whatever, talking to Matthew McConaughey, or whatever his name is, Matthew McConaughey, about something, and then he went, ballet and opera, no one really cares about that thing anymore, respect to the people who do it. And then also, maybe in the same sentence, he talked about how people going to movie theaters need to be alive, like that needs to stay alive. I know that makes a little no sense from me, but in the pretense of what he was saying that no one really cares about ballet and opera anymore, respect to the people who still do it, and then we need to keep the movie theater thing alive, saying that more people need to go to the movie theaters and it cannot die out. And that one, I believe, and I sort of believe the opera and ballet thing, and I'll get into that in a second. Let me know where you guys stand on this. I know there's been like a lot of people who've talked about this, and I really don't care. This is my opinion, and before you come and start yelling at me, Timothy Chalamet got threats and all this stuff. I really hope that I'm not going to get threats and whatnot, because Timothy Chalamet gave out his opinion, and I'm giving out mine. He is a good actor, and that's pretty much it. The way he promoted Marty Supreme was very, very generational. It was a very generational run. It was very smart to do that, and I give him props. He's a really good actor, and I'm excited to see where he's going. Ballet and opera. Ballet and opera. All right? He said they are dying, and I sort of believe it, but at the same time, don't believe it, because the one reason why I believe it is, when is you or me or whoever's watching this, when are the average Joes going to see ballet or opera? The last time I checked, the tickets for an opera or a ballet, there was a ticket that was in $1,000 range, and then there were other ones that were like $60 to $500. No one is spending that much money to go see a opera or a ballet unless you have the time and money to do that. That's the point. The people who go see it to keep it afloat have the money to keep it afloat. If a ballet or opera is $1,000 a seat and there's 700 seats, let us do the math real quick, okay? Let me pull out my handy dandy calculator. I know there's people who could do this in their head. I really don't care. So 700, that is 7,000. 700 times 1,000. All right, I have it in here. Boom, equals 700,000. So 700 times 1,000. 700,000. All right. Now let's times that by 3. That is $2.1 million, okay? That is going to be able to keep it afloat and pay the ballet actors, all the workers, everything like that. And you might be wondering, why did you come up with 3 times? Well, maybe it's a sold-out seating where it has 700 seats and each ticket costs $1,000. And they only show it 3 times a year. So it's scarcity plus price. And everyone enjoys it. Maybe it's the most popular one. And boom. That's $2.1 million for just 3 shows that are all sold out. Maybe if it has 7 shows that are sold out, that's kind of more crazy. You know what I mean? And when I was doing the research for this video, I noticed that, I think it was Doja Cat who said something along the lines of, if you walk into a ballet or an opera, the seats are packed and no one is talking. And yes, I do agree with her. But the only reason why no one is talking is because they spent, let's say, $500 to be there. They're going to enjoy every little bit. And they're going to be off their phones. They're going to be doing whatever because they spent $500 to enjoy it. And to me, I believe that an opera or ballet is like a bragging right if you go to see it. Because who in their right mind is like, on a Friday night, hey, boys or girls, whatever, let's go see an opera tonight. They're all going to look at you like crazy. But then if you're like, oh, let's go see a movie, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we can go see Iron Lung, or I don't really know any other ones that just came out. Marty Supreme, Sinners. That's what I think, is that he's saying that people The average people aren't going to operas or ballets. It's the rich people who are going to keep it afloat. And then he also mentioned that we need to keep the movie thing alive. And he is 100% correct. We need to start going to movie theaters again, or they're going to turn out to be like operas, where it's like $500 for a seat. And you might be wondering who would pay for that. I'll get to that in a second. We have to keep movie theaters alive because we all have these streaming devices like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Paramount Plus. I'm trying to think of other ones. YouTube, because YouTube has movies on there. So all of these devices, all of these places have movies on there. You could stream them. And then you have your computer, TV, Xbox, PS4, phone to watch movies on as well. And yeah, that is cool, but you're getting more distracted, I would say. Because you could watch a movie on your TV, but then look on your phone, or watch a movie on your computer and look on your phone, or watch a movie on your phone and scroll on TikTok while the movie is playing, or whatever. And you'll be sitting on the couch and not getting the best audio, or not seeing it the best. And that is what movie theaters are there for. You're supposed to get the best audio in movie theaters. You're supposed to get the best quality in movie theaters. It's the movie theater experience. And we need to start going more and more to get off our butts, to sit down on your butt for like 2 hours. And movie theaters should be packed because you get the popcorn, the drink, you have to pee halfway through it, so it makes you want to watch it again. And it's a really good enjoyment, in my opinion. I like going to the movie theaters. This is like the only time I really enjoy watching movies. I could sit still while watching the movie. I enjoy it. But if I'm laying in my bed, I'm going to enjoy the movie, but not as much. Because I'm like laying down, I might fall asleep, I might go on my phone, I might get bored of the movie and then change it to another movie. Same with the TV upstairs. I'm sitting down, might check my phone, I'll move around. My bed and then the couch upstairs is the only 2 times I can get like watch a good movie for the longest time. It's because I'm like comfortable. If I'm watching it on this computer right here, I'm gonna be moving around doing stuff because it's not comfortable. AMC, they have uncomfy chairs. They used to. I haven't gone there in a while. But they have uncomfy chairs where they don't lean back and whatnot. And those are enjoyable to sit in because they are comfy. You could sit there and you could also put your feet up. And then Phoenix theaters, those chairs recline, have heated seats. So they're more relaxing to enjoy your movie. And then you have surround sound, which is amazing as well. And like, this doesn't apply to you if you have a home theater, because one of my buddies has a home theater and he's like, oh yeah, I watch movies there all the time. That's perfectly fine. But if you're not going to the movie theaters and you're just watching it on your phone, go to the movie theaters. I understand you want to not want to spend money, but it's more of an enjoyment and more of like a cool thing to do if you go to the movie theaters. And I do believe that movie theaters are dying out because everyone has a streaming device and everyone uses their laptop, computer. That's the same thing pretty much. Tablet, iPhone, TV, PS4, Xbox, whatever. And they watch movies there, but they're not getting the right enjoyment. Me and my girl tried to watch Nope a few months ago, and we couldn't get the TV settings right to where we could see it like that much. And she didn't want to spoil it, so I'm like, let's just wait. We'll get a projector or something and we'll watch it on our own, or maybe we'll rent out a movie theater for a date and then go see that. But Timothy Chalamet, besides the point, Timothy Chalamet does talk about movie theaters dying, and I do believe with him. I do agree with him. I do believe him because, yeah, when was the last time you went to the movies? Maybe last week or whatever. And then he also talked about what keeps ballet or opera alive. And when was the last time you went to ballet or opera? If you don't have an answer for that, then that is okay. Most people don't. And I'm not talking about school, ballet, opera, anything like that. No, I'm talking about an actual ballet or opera. Like, did you ever go see Cats or Les Mis or anything like that? I watched Les Mis on my TV. I enjoyed it. I would go see that, yes. But I'm not spending a band to go watch it. No. And most of you people aren't going to spend a band or $500 to go see a concert or anything. Maybe if you're going to see a live music concert, yes. Taylor Swift, they spend a band on that stuff. That's fine. Maybe that's people's stuff. I don't know. But movies, you'll spend like $14 and then popcorn, all that stuff. whatever, because you're enjoying it for 2 hours. You're able to enjoy it. You're sitting through it. I like movies a lot more because the camera angles, you get the dialogue, you get the action, the suspense, all that stuff. But then in opera is really good if you like music or plays, and I do like that stuff, but I'm not gonna go set out for $1,000 to go watch that. No way. But the people who have money, like that's pocket change to them, of course they're going to see it. Who wouldn't? Ballet, on the other hand, I don't really know if I would watch ballet. If someone I knew was in it, then yeah, I'd be like, all right, I'll go watch you. Other than that, not really. But this is what I'm gonna talk about, is Timothy Chalamet's opinion about ballet dying true? Sort of. Ballet is dying. It reached its peak a little while ago, and then now it's slowly going down, but I think it's at a steady little path right now because of everything. Because of what's going on and everything like that. And the people who go to it are able to keep it afloat, and all that stuff. And then are movie theaters dying? And yes, I believe they are, because more people are streaming everything. Movie theaters are dying, and I would like to keep it alive because I don't want it to be like $30 to go see a movie. And who knows, it might turn out to be like that, because there might be a movie that comes out in like 3 years when everyone has a streaming service and whatnot, and it's only in theaters for like the first couple months, and the movie ticket prices are all the way up to like $50, and it might come in streaming services, and there might be another movie that comes out and it's like only in theaters for a year, and you have time to go watch it, and it's like $60 to go watch it in theaters, and then once that year is over, no more of that movie. You can find it somewhere, but it's not going to be on any streaming devices. You're going to have to pirate it or whatever. And I think that's what they could do. They make a lot more money and all that stuff. Who knows? I'm not from the future. I have no idea. Please, if you can, go to like the movie theaters to watch movies. It is always fun to do that. Bring some friends, go on a date. I have no idea. Do that stuff in the movie theater. And if you want to impress your girl, all that stuff, go to an opera or a ballet for $500. I don't know, maybe that's like a 5-year, 10-year plan. Be like, hey, in our 10th year of dating or whatever, we're gonna go see a ballet or an opera. Who knows? Timothy Chalamet made a great point saying that, yes, ballet and opera are dying. I don't think they're dying. They're like on a dying way, because they're able to be paid for and all that stuff, and the people who go to it keep it afloat. But other than that, not your average Joe or schmuck are going to go see it. Me, I'm not going to go see an opera for a little while, or a play, or a ballet, anything like that. But for a movie, those are dying because more people have streaming services and all that stuff. I love going to them. I enjoy going to them. I try and go to them as much as I can, but I really do enjoy watching them at home because I can be in my comfort, whatever, under the covers and all that stuff, or just moving around, watching the TV, all that stuff. Movie theaters are dying, and I think it's going to get to the point where it's going to be like opera and ballet, where it's only a select few people are going to the movie theaters, and that's what's going to keep it afloat. If you have your own movie theater, this does not apply to you, sort of. I think you still should go to the movie theater. And if you have a projector, this sort of applies to you too. That is what Timothy Chalamet was saying. And I do partially agree with him, but let me know if you agree with him or not. And maybe next time we should all not be so judgmental and be like, oh my goodness, you're terrible, yada, 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 kill yourself. Because he made one thing. He said one thing. He said that ballet and opera were dying, and sort of. And then Conan O'Brien roasts him at the Oscars, and a lot of people were roasting him, but he gave out an opinion, and then he said that movie theaters are dying as well. We got to keep this thing alive, and I do agree with him as well. So, who knows? Maybe Hollywood was just laughing at him because no one even realized it, and who knows? I have no idea. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is probably one of the worst videos that I've made because it's so rushed and all over the place, so I apologize. But I hope you have a good day, a good night, eat well, sleep well, be well, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace, y'all.